So we've been helping some people with some sale videos, some friends of ours, and we're going to feature their horse on this page here eventually, or this channel. But through that, we got to thinking about a lot of people don't really know how to do sale videos real well. So this is just kind of a tutorial of the way we do some of our sale videos to try to help people. So we start with a really good, clean photo to show what the horse is. And then you move right into an action video to show what this horse can do. And people go, oh, wow, this is great. And we didn't have any real awesome footage branding on this horse, so you take what you've got. Do another little action video here. Show people just show people what your horse can do. You've got to remember that showing your horse in these videos is just like showing a horse at a horse show, and the audience is your judge. But take advantage, because in a horse show, the judge is in a stationary spot, and so you've got to set everything up so that judge can see it. In a sale video, you can show the judge what you want them to see. So you like to show another picture in between genres, so that was some action stuff. Now we're going to dry work, so we show a picture of the kid riding the horse. Everybody always likes to see a little kid riding a horse to know they're real gentle. In these dry works, everybody tends to get a little nervous doing dry work. It's just the way it is. Everybody hates dry work except the reiners. And but you got to remind yourself, hey, you can edit these, and you can redo things. If you do it wrong, you can just do it again. So I always have to give myself a little pep talk to do dry work. Try to show them all three gaits: walk, trot, lope, back up. Again, show what your horse is good at. This horse stops good and turns around good. So I'm gonna try to show that he stops good and turns around good. If you've got a horse that doesn't really turn around very good, don't put very much emphasis on that. So who are loping around, again, if your horse can lope a really small, slow circle, do it. If they can't and they fall apart and they break down into a trot all the time, don't do it. But this horse can. Stopping there, again, like in a horse show, you always stop lateral to the judge. In these videos, I like to stop going away from the camera, just so people can see that horse really get in the ground, if they can really get in the ground. And this horse doesn't get ugly in the face, but if your horse tends to get ugly in the face, or if you're nervous because that camera's on and you pull on one too much, it'll hide a little of that. Like I say, show what your horse is, or show the best part of your horse to the viewer, but don't over edit so much that you're lying about what your horse is. You know, if your horse opens its mouth a little bit in one of the deals, that's not the biggest deal in the world. I stopped him in some bad ground there, so what I'm going to do is just turn him around and lope him off again and stop again. And we leave it through there, because if we had edited that first stop out and put a cut in there, then it makes it look like we're trying to hide something, and it's not like we had a big ugly stop there. I just stopped him in bad ground. So there, I stopped him in some better ground. I'm so vain, I always like to look at my slide marks when I stop. You don't want, a lot of people show a lot of walking around and a lot of trotting around long periods of certain gaits. People get bored watching that and don't want to, so you want to just show the gait, show the maneuver, show whatever, and move on to the next thing. I see a lot of videos where it's 5 minutes of trotting around or something like that. But I try to plan my patterns and plan what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it, just like a show pattern. Plan it all out so that it goes smooth like this, and you're not having to edit as much, and people aren't watching you walk around for 3 minutes while you're figuring out what the heck you're doing. Again, show what your horse is good at. So a lot of horses can change leads. but not many of them can change leads twice in a row like this without getting hot. And so I'm trying to show the best of my horse, so I go ahead and change him each direction twice, because a lot of horses would get hot over something like that. If he was the kind of horse that would get hot over something like that, I would show one lead change and be done. Where that cut was just a second ago, that was me not following my own advice. I was wandering around for a minute, trying to think of what I was supposed to do next, because I forgot what my pattern was. So we had to put a cut in there. This is a spur of the moment thing, but we threw it in there so it's cut up a little bit because the camera batteries ran out right in the middle of this whole maneuver. But it's still worth showing because it's not every horse in the world. You can have a kid crawl up over the fence, and right back there was where he's crawling up is where the battery died. But if you've got a horse that can do cool stuff like this, darn sure show it. This means a lot more to buyers than 2 minutes of loping or 50 stops or whatever. If your horse stops good, show it stopping good and be done with it. I most definitely don't want to watch somebody stop a horse 12 times in a row. If he stops good, I know he stops good. So you want to, after the dry work, you want to throw another action photo in to kind of bring back interest. Because like I said, everybody hates dry work except reiners. And this little deal here, I'm just kind of showing some cowboy work, just showing what this horse can do. He can do regular work and does it nice and quietly. But I don't show a whole bunch of stuff that I think is cool going around in the herd and stuff. You just make it fast. Try to keep these pictures the same length. If somebody's just having to stare at a picture for a long time, it gets old. But there was a picture in between genres, in between two different things I was doing. That's what you want to do. You want to keep it fast, keep it action-packed, and throw pictures in every chance you get. So that's that. Hope somebody learned something. Bye.